Hello, 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 warriors. It is week 6, and I decided to try this video outside. Sammy and I. There's Sam Bear. Say hi, Sam. Say hi, Sam. Hi, Sam. Hi, Sam. She's not amused by my behaviors, apparently. Oh, sorry. It is week 6. I don't know if you can see this. The sun is glaring. I'm with a magical unicorn. And we're living the Bitmoji life. So we are thebomb.com. It's been a week. I'm not gonna lie. It's been a rough week for Miss Morris. I don't know about you guys, but it's been rough. It's been a rough week. What is it my friend says? I am driving the struggle bus. It's been a struggle this week. But I do love making the videos, so I am feeling happier. So this week, there's going to be answers to the old trivia, new trivia questions, reminder of Zoom schedule, weekly reminders, and then some information on the grading. So that is what I'm going to be talking about on this video. So, all right, so first, I want to remind you about the Zoom schedule. And so we have, I hope you can see this. Wow, that seems really big. It's hard to see, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, I want to remind you. So first period is from 9 to 9:30. Third period is from 10 to 10:30. Fourth period is 11 to 11:30. Fifth period is 1 to 1:30, and then sixth period is 2 to 2:30. And on my last video, I talked major smack to sixth period because they had like 7 people show up last week, but this week talking smack work because we had like 14. So sixth period really starting to raise the game. I'm also super proud because I know other teams have been talking about doing Zoom, and they're like, oh, we only have like 3 or 4 kids, and I'm like, yeah, not our team. We got a lot. So, but it really does. It makes all of us super happy to see you and talk to you every week. And even though it may not be like a big deal to you guys, it's just a little part of normal. And just to know that we're all still out there, we're all still in this together. All right. Reminder, Team Warrior contact information. I hope you can see this. Everything seems bigger out here. I'm not sure why, what is going on. Anyway, you have Miss Graham's email, which is jogram@washoeschools.net, and then her phone number. Then you have Miss Medina, which is jmedina@washoeschools.net. And a little shout out is Miss Medina's birthday. Wicca wicca! Got another quarantine birthday. Wicca wicca! My birthday is June, and when all this whole quarantine stuff started, we're like, oh, it might go till June. I was like, yeah, no. It might actually go till June. It is crazy. All right, anyway, Miss Bell is, I hope you can see this, Miss Bell is cbell@washoeschools.net. And then yours truly, Miss Morris, is hmorris@washoeschools.net. All right, so again, anytime you need to get a hold of us, I know some students, it's starting to get hard now that we realize we're not actually going back the rest of the year. It's kind of set in, and this isn't just some temporary thing we're doing for a couple weeks. This is permanent till the end of the year, and that makes it hard. So if you're having a hard time or whatever, you have questions, just let me know, all right? If you're having a hard time with the work on Teams, let me know, let us know. We will figure it out, all right? If I have to make copies and leave it on your doorstep, we will do what we need to do to get you the work, all right? And please do not freak out. We are going to get through this together, as I've said before. All right, Monday checklist. This is super important. Look, Sammy's here too. Sam, do you want to do the Monday checklist? Sam, you want to do Monday checklist? Yeah, no, she said no. Sorry, guys. She doesn't want to do the Monday checklist. I guess I'll do it. You're stuck with me. All right, so please check in with your advisory teacher. We have to get a hold of you every week. Obviously, we prefer more, but at the minimum, I need to be like, yep, on Monday, Christian was not kidnapped by the Stranger Thing Russians. He is alive, he's good. I can't say what happens to him on Thursday, but on Monday, he's good. So please check in. That needs to continue to happen until the end of the year. That's not gonna like go away next week. All right, watch a video on YouTube. I gotta say, my viewings are down a little bit. I'm not angry. I am I'm disappointed, guys. I'm disappointed. So watch the video, please. Watch the video. Let me know you're there. Not that I don't think anybody let me know they were there last week. Hey, Miss Morris, your video is hilarious. We miss you so much. I'm like, oh my gosh, I miss you so. But just let me know you're there. Let me know if you liked the video, what you didn't like about the video. Let me know. Complete your weekly quiz. Again, if you can't access the quiz on Teams, you can ask your advisory teacher to email it to you, but I also put it on Messenger every Sunday afternoon, so you should get it through email. So there's multiple opportunities. Some people text me, some people write it on a piece of paper and then just take a picture of the paper. Anyway, please to let us know that you have done the quiz, sending us your answers. Because for example, this week, one of the quiz questions was, hopefully, praying to everything, praying to Sam Bear, that we do not have distance learning in August. But if for some reason we do, the district needs to be prepared. So they need to know from each student if you have access to your own laptop, not a laptop your parents' laptop you're using, not a laptop you're sharing with your sister, that you would have your own laptop, which, I mean, my kids don't have their own laptop. I'm like, yeah, no. Anyways, we need to know that. And then answer the trivia questions from YouTube. They're pretty good questions and they're Rome based. All right, so that is, I'll put this up really quick. Again, sorry, it's hard to see because it's all glary out here. But that is what we need you to do. All right, let's get to the trivia questions. Oh, Sam's moving. Okay, trivia questions. One of them was a trick question. One of them was a trick question. All right, question number 1 was, what leader became the dictator of Rome and put an end to the Roman Republic? So, most of you said Julius Caesar, which is not actually correct. So, here's the deal. The fall of the Roman Republic was about in 59 BC. And it started when 3 super powerful Romans, Julius Caesar, Pompey the Great, and Marcus Crassus, like joined up, and they created what they call a triumvirate. Remember, tri means 3. Anyway, so they're all great and they're working together, but then Crassus died. And so then it was just Pompey and Caesar. Well, then they became enemies, went to war, like blah, 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 and Caesar ended up winning. Well, the people in Rome and a lot of Caesar's enemies did not want to see him become king. So they killed him. They stabbed him like 50 times in the Senate. And supposedly he said those famous words, et tu, Brutus, supposedly his best friend stabbed him as well. So anyway, that was in 44 BC. Well, after Caesar died, a second triumvirate was formed, and it was between Mark Antony, who was Caesar's best friend, and then Octavian, who was Caesar's heir. He was technically like his nephew, but Caesar's the one who's like, hey, Octavian is going to get everything after I kick the bucket. So they ended up hanging out and, you know, ruling, but then they ended up getting into a war. And Mark Antony ended up hooking up with Caesar's mistress, Cleopatra. So it's Cleopatra and Mark Antony against Octavian. Octavian won. He beat Caesar, or he beat Mark Antony and Cleopatra, and in 31 BC. So at that point, Octavian was now the most powerful man in Rome, and in 27 BC, he changed his name. He's like, I am so powerful, I will change my name to Augustus, and he became the first emperor of Rome. This marked the beginning of the Roman Empire and the official end of the Roman Republic. So although Caesar kind of started it and had a lot to do with it, the actual first emperor was his heir, Octavian. Trick question. All right, second question was, what was the name of Rome's first code of laws? All right, that one I think was fairly easy. It was called the 12 Tables, or the Law of the 12 Tables. And basically it was laws inscribed on 12 bronze tables in about 451 BC. And this was a new approach to getting to all citizens being equal and all citizens having access to the law. So it's just like Hammurabi, right? He wrote down the law so everyone had access. You couldn't like kill your dog or kill your neighbor and then be like, oh, I didn't know. And they're like, oh, okay, he didn't know. It's totally fine to kill his neighbor. So kind of the same thing. If everyone had access to the laws, and everyone be expected to follow them. So that was that. And then the third question is, who was Romulus and Remus? Well, they were according to legend, they were the two founders of Rome. They were two brothers, and I did not actually know this. They were twin brothers. Their mom was Princess Rhea, and their dad was the Roman god of war, Mars. But to keep them safe from enemies who wanted to kill them, their mother put them in a basket and floated them down the river. And they were taken care of by a female wolf. And then they were adopted by a shepherd. And I've heard a couple of different stories. One of them is they decide to go back and take revenge on their parents' enemies, and then they start a new city. But either way, they decided to start a city, and they were going to have a contest to who would be the king. Well, apparently Remus was winning, so then Romulus murdered him, and thus became the first ruler of Rome, and hence the name Romulus Rome. That's where the name Rome came from. So thank you for getting me those answers, to those of you who answered them. So our 3 trivia questions for this week. Or we could do the Jeopardy song. Sammy's looking at me like I'm crazy. Hi, Sam Bear. No, she's not amused at all. She's not even looking at me. She's embarrassed for me right now. She's like, you're such a nerd. Sam Bear, are you ashamed of Mama? She just turned her head away. She's ashamed of me, guys. Alrighty. Oh, I do have to say, I was amused when I talked to Sebastian in Zoom. He asked me about making my salad because my video got interrupted last week because Lily decided that I need my bacon brought to me in my bedroom for my salad for who knows what reason. All right, trivia question number 1 is, what was the first Roman road and where did it run? So basically, I want you to give me the name of the first Roman road and where did the road go, right? I mean, and all you have to do is Google, first Roman road, where did it go? All right, so question number 1. Question number 2, and I'm going to tell you, this is a trick question, okay? This one is, which enemy city did the Romans plow with salt? And explain why this happened. So I can't go too much into this because it is a trick question, but just research that. What enemy did Rome plow? And plow means like pour salt in their land. But again, trick question, really look into this, all right? And then third question is, why was Julius called Caesar? Kind of interesting because there's a couple different theories out there. But those are your 3 trivia questions for the week. Please send me your information by next Thursday, and then I will draw my winners. And yes, I still need to send I have them, I just haven't gone to the post office because of the whole COVID, but I will send out prizes this weekend, I promise. All right, now some information about grades and other things. So first off, we have been given information about grades, and this comes from the district. And what this looks like is you will have an opportunity to improve your grade, a whole letter grade. So if you ended social studies with a B, you have the opportunity to raise it to an A. The things you have to do, there's 2 things you're gonna have to do. And if you do nothing, it's not gonna be so great on your grade, all right? So I know this is rough, and I know like you're like, oh, we're not gonna go to school the rest of the year, but again, school's not over. Just because we're not in school, and as hard as it is, you still need to keep busy until the end of the year. So what you have to do is you have to, by June 3rd, you have to submit a minimum of 10 completed distance learning lessons. So that's 10 lessons for math, that's 10 lessons for social studies, 10 for science, and 10 for ELA. And it can be from any, I want to say majority, they need to be from phase 2 and phase 3. Sammy's moving, sorry, we're shaking. Sam's done with me. Hi, Sam Bear. Are you moving now? Oh, look, she's joining us, guys. She's joining us. Where is she? Oh, there she is. See, guys, she's joining us. Hi, Sam Bear. Yeah, she wants nothing to do with me. All right, anyway. So, again, from packet 2, which ends on May 8th. So phase 2, packet 2, ends on May 8th. Phase 3 is going to go from May 8th to June 1st. So any 10 assignments from those 2 packets, and you will like send the 10 to Miss Graham for math, the 10 to Miss Bell for ELA, the 10 to Miss Medina for science, and then 10 for me for social studies. You can send those either electronically through Teams, Messenger, Google Voice, text. You can take pictures. Like I'm probably just going to honestly take pictures with my phone of my kid stuff and send it to their teacher. Whatever way you need to do. And if none of those ways work, we will figure out a way for you to get us the information. All right. But we are looking for effort. That means you cannot fill in one line and then send it and be like, oh, I did it lesson. Yeah, no. When your parents tell you to get dressed in the morning and you come out with one sock on and nothing else, are you going to be like, I'm dressed? And your parents will be like, right? So just don't do like one question and then send it to us. We also are still getting blank assignments. So if you are having trouble with that, let your teacher know. I know it is getting frustrated for some kids. So again, if you try and it looks like you put effort, we will give you credit for those lessons. Also, Zooming can help improve your grade. Those kids who are Zooming with us every week, that will improve your grade. Also, you still have to check in with us. Let's say you're like super whiz kid, and let's say for some reason you finish all of your 10 assignments for each class by May 14th. You're like, haha, suckers, I'm done. No. Part of the reason you're grade, we still have to check in with you at least once a week until the end of the school year. And that end of the school year is like June 5th. So even though the phase 3 packet goes until June 1st, we still have school that last week, and it's going to be fun stuff. We were thinking because we were never able to have an end of the year barbecue, we're going to buy prizes. We're going to buy gift cards, and we're going to be raffling those off on our very last Zoom. Just a lot of, we're trying to see what we can come up with to make it the best it can possibly be, considering the circumstances and considering the fact that we don't get to go to school. All right, so I'm going through over my notes. Talked about blank stuff, don't turn in blank work, Zoom can help. Check in. Oh, we still don't know about lockers. They're still going back and forth about this, and especially because they just don't know like when restrictions are going to be eased. At this point, no one's allowed in school, let alone teachers, let alone students. So I think that's kind of still up in the air until, you know, we figure out when Governor Sandoval, why am I going blank? Sandoval was our last one. Sisolak, where Governor Sisolak is going to start easing restrictions once he feels that things are safer. All right, last thing. I have decided that not only are we doing Rome stuff, that I am going to be posting next week a social studies project. It's what we would have done at the end of the year. And basically what it is you get to pick one person from ancient civilizations, and I will have a list of possible people. And you are going to, there's going to be 2 options. First one, oh, my water's up, I have to go change water. The first one is you're going to have the option of creating your own civilization, but you're going to have to be talking about like the geography, like all of that stuff, how you're going to trade, who you're going to trade with, how are you going to be safe from enemies. Like it's going to be, it's not like you're like, my civilization is called the dog civilization and we're about Egypt. Okay, I'm done. Like that's not how it's going to work. Or you are going to be able to pick one person from ancient civilizations, and you're going to talk to me about, I mean, you're going to not only research the person, but you're going to have to explain somehow creatively. I'm going to let you choose how you create this. Why is that person important? For example, we're not talking about like Joe the boatsman from 23 AD, but, or, you know, Susie the, I don't know, innkeeper from, you know, ancient Egypt 3,000 years ago. However, we still are talking about Julius Caesar. We're still talking about Hammurabi. We still talk about Alexander the Great thousands of years later. Why? Why are we still talking about those people? Why are they important, right? And obviously, somehow these people did extraordinary things. And I'm not saying that they were all great things. They could be bad things. Look at Adolf Hitler. In terms of military and what he did, he was able to take over the world. However, he did also crazy, horrible things. But he is someone that people talk about. And it's, we're looking at it's almost 9 years later. Julius Caesar, same thing. Hammurabi, like these people are still talking about thousands of years later. Alexander the Great, we never got to as much as I wanted, but he conquered more when he was in his 20s than Rome did, and Alexander did it 9 years, as much as it took Rome like almost 800 years to do. Alexander was able to do it in 9 years in his 20s. So extraordinary. But on the other hand, he was kind of a psychopath and killed a lot of people. Like one day he had 2,000 men crucified because they annoyed him. So again, extraordinary things, but horrible things. But the point being is we are still talking about these people. Why are we still talking about them? Who cares? You need to tell me why we care. Why are we still talking about this person? Are we learning from their mistakes? Are we learning from their amazing triumphs? Why do we still talk about them? All right, so I'm going to be posting more about that next week, and I will be talking about it in Zoom. So I've been talking for a really, really long time. I hope you guys listened. On Zoom on Monday, I'm so excited. We're going to talk about the one place when all quarantine is over and you can go to the store and lick the floors. Just kidding, don't lick the floors. But you know what I mean? You can go full on, almost be back to normal. What is the one place or thing you want to do or go? All right, that's what we're going to talk about on Monday. So I miss you. I love you. We can't wait to see you on Zoom on Monday. Do your quiz, check in, and if you have questions about the grades, you can email your teachers, text them, whatever you need. All righty, I love you. Deuces. It's going to take me a minute to stop this because it's all shadowy out here. Okay, now I'm going to say it. All right, deuces, love you. Sam says bye. Say bye, Sam. Can you see Sam? I don't know if you can see Sam. All right, bye.